What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Now, y'all might have noticed we got a little bit of different of a setup. I'm back home in North Carolina visiting family right now, but we still gotta get this content out. We still gonna make it do what it do. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button to stay up with all the latest and the greatest. Now, y'all know I got another banger for you, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Y'all, I have talked about this topic plenty of times on live as well as other videos. We've discussed it. Y'all have chimed in. Y'all's giving me y'all's thoughts. And we all seem to feel the same way for the most part, that Caitlin Clark was snubbed from the Olympic women's team for Team USA. And her recent play of late has not only convinced us even more, but solidified the fact that the Olympic Committee and Coach Reeves overlooked Caitlin Clark. Now, I will say she is playing a lot better than she was initially, right? She looks like now the best point guard in the league over the last 2 months. It's been insane. But it's gotten to the point where even Coach Don Staley, who's coached against Clark, who's been an admirer, who people blamed partly for her being left off this team, now on national TV, in front of Mike Tirico, on the Olympic stand, she admits that Caitlin Clark would be highly considered to make this team.
Wasn't playing bad, but wasn't playing like she's playing now. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people, shooting the ball extremely well. I mean, she is an elite passer. She's just got a great basketball IQ, and she's a little more seasoned in the pro game.
In a couple of months.
Yeah, in a couple of months than she was 2 months ago.
Look, y'all heard it from Dawn herself. We see how Caitlin is playing. She has been out of this world for the Fever in the last month or two, man. Like, she is just playing incredible basketball. I agree with Coach Don Staley saying that she has adjusted. She looks more seasoned, and she is adapting very quickly to the pro game. If you're watching her, she has gotten better with each game. She looks more comfortable. You can tell it's starting to slow down for her. We're talking about arguably the best passer in the league, with the court vision, with the timely deliveries, with the accuracy. And Team USA could use that. They are very thin at point guard right now. We'll look at the roster, but first, looking at Caitlin's last few games since she was snubbed, and she even came out and said they awoke a monster. They damn sure did. Looking at the most recent games, okay, so we saw Caitlin Clark, of course, give Team USA the business, picking up a win in the WNBA All-Star game, had 10 assists there to lead all playmakers on both sides, game-high 10 assists. Then you look at it, 19 assists in the last regular season game they had before the break, 24.6 rebounds, and 19 assists. She had 17, 3, and 6 before that, but look at 4 straight double-doubles before that. So you look at the last 6 games, 5 of them over 10 assists. Are you kidding me? The 19 assists broke a WNBA single game record. She's just been on a tear. 13 assists, 13 assists, 13 assists, 11 assists. She had a 29-point game, 20-point game, 24-point game. Like, she has been efficient, and the turnovers have been down. The scoring average has continued to climb. The assist numbers, too, if you look at it, 17.1 points per game, leading the Fever in scoring at this point. She had 5.8 rebounds, and she's leading the WNBA in assists at 8.2 assists. Now, I know we cannot talk about the good without the bad. I know the 5.6 turnovers is troublesome. But if we're really looking at games, bro, you can tell that at least 3 assists a game are literally her teammates dropping in the past, which why I think the break will be so beneficial for them. She's getting a rest. This team is getting more chances to build chemistry and get that really much needed practice time to really understand each other's game. But looking at the Olympic roster, man, there is just not a lot of point guard depth, and that's what we really noticed from this team, man. Chelsea Gray, the only true point guard on this team, has been a shell of herself since coming back from injury. Now, I will say Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, Sabrina Ionescu, like, these are capable playmakers, but they're not lead guards. Like, they're not Sabrina is definitely a combo guard. Like, she has the ability to be a point guard and the two guard, but she's not a pure point guard. Nobody on this roster has the passing ability and instincts than Clark right now. So I think she's good enough to start for this team at the one. If it wasn't, though, let her come in and run the second unit. I mean, there's a lot of players on this team that can score the basketball. Sabrina, Jackie Young, Kalia Copper, Jewel Lloyd. Like, there's a lot of bucket getters, but there's not really anybody with Caitlin Clark's passing ability. Like Chelsea Gray, yeah, but just a pure pass first point guard that doesn't necessarily have to score the basketball, I think that's going to hurt them when the offense goes stagnant. I mean, we just saw Caitlin Clark with a host of all-stars. When she's playing with elite talent, she makes the game run smooth. She's so fluid. She moves the basketball. She gets it out in space. She gives these players opportunities to make plays, and I think that is something that is going to be severely lacking for Team USA. This is a rematch of the 2020 gold medal game. So Tokyo, Japan is not going to be any slouch in this contest, man. This is a good first test for a team that, you know, we're still seeing what the identity is going to be outside of Asia Wilson and Breanna Stewart dominating games. Like, will the real Jewel Lloyd please stand up? What is Kalia Copper's role going to be? Jackie Young really hasn't done a whole lot. Like, what are the roles going to be within this roster? We saw it with Team USA men's, man. We see the scoring ability. We know they have a lot of players, but LeBron James is the key to the ignition for that team right now. We're seeing that. Team USA's women's side, I don't know if they have a playmaker right now. Chelsea Gray has not been herself. She has not been the same player since the injury. Do they have a playmaker that can really just initiate offense, make things happen? And the Olympic game is so different. The international game is so different. The setup, the make, like the rules, how the pace, everything is so different in international play. So the same players that we're seeing being superstars in the American Pro Leagues, it's not going to be the same case in the Olympics. It's more so about putting together a squad that's going to be cohesive and that can really play together and move the basketball. It's about ball movement. There's not going to be a whole lot of ISO and straight like pick and roll sets that we're seeing. It's going to be a lot of ball movement. Clark's game is perfect for that. Her shooting ability, of course, but the court vision, the way she can start the break, the way she can operate in half court as well and dissect defenses, that is going to be a major loss. I think guard play, point guard play is going to be under a microscope. You know, they need the real Chelsea Gray to stand up. They need Sabrina to be out there making plays and not just catching and shooting. They need playmakers. And this could end up costing Team USA, man. I'm just saying, I'm not expecting them to lose. This team has not lost out on a gold medal since the early 90s. I get that. And they're playing less stiffer competition than the men's as far as going up against 68 NBA players compared to a very significant amount of WNBA players. So, I mean, is the team constructed the best that it could be, though? That's the question. And will not having Caitlin Clark on this squad, will that hurt them in the long run? That is what we remain to see. I do expect them to win gold, but if they dropped one against, you know, Australia or a Belgium or something like that, or a China even maybe with that size, I wouldn't be completely shocked. But I think guard play is going to be crucial here. They need a point guard to step in. They're putting all their eggs into Chelsea Gray's basket, man. And I really hope it works out for them. But y'all let me know. Holler at me in the comments how y'all feel. I definitely feel like Clark was snubbed. I'm not saying there's an agenda to keep her off the team, but the fact that they feel like that she couldn't complement this group 2 months ago, sure, feel how you want, but now, looking at how she's playing, the level that she's reached, and the progression, I think they realize, and Coach Don Staley realizes that it was a mistake leaving Clark off this team. But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, We out.